Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Doddridge County High School here in West Union, West Virginia, as tonight the Doddridge County Bulldogs, they celebrate senior night in what feels like a postseason atmosphere matchup against one of the top teams in the state, the Sissonville Indians. Currently, they are ranked number 2. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulties. The Sissonville Indians are currently ranked number 2 in Class AA, and tonight is bigger than just another regular season ball game. It's about honoring 6 seniors that have helped elevate this program. It's about momentum heading into the postseason, and it's about 2 very good baseball teams testing themselves one more time before regional play. Doddridge County comes in tonight fresh off an incredible run through the LKC Night of Champions, where they captured the conference title, and they reminded everyone around the state exactly who the Bulldogs are. They've played one of the toughest schedules in the state. They've battled through injuries, adversity, lineup changes, and now here late in the year, they look like a club that no one wants to see coming into the playoff time. And tonight they'll face a Sissonville team that has been outstanding all season long. Physical lineup, strong pitching, well-coached, experienced. This is an absolute state tournament style and caliber matchup tonight. Senior night segment. We went through senior night here before the game, and as people know, it's one of the toughest times of a schedule, and I'll give the coach kudos. You usually don't want to schedule a regional powerhouse on senior night, but that's exactly what we've done. Before we dive into tonight's matchup, let's look at these 6 seniors that have poured into this program and helped continue the baseball tradition here at Doddridge County Baseball. These seniors have spent years in these uniforms. They've gone through off-season workouts, flex days, weight room sessions, winter throwing programs, summer ball, fall ball, long bus rides, tough losses, big wins. And now they're going to enter the final stretch of their high school careers with a chance to do something special. You can feel around this team right now. There's belief, there's confidence, and there is a toughness about this group. Our first senior as we start down through is Caleb Hall, and what a season it has been for him. He's batting over 500 right now with a ridiculous OPS north of 1.6, 38 hits, 6 home runs, 46 RBIs, 23 stolen bases, and maybe the most impressive stat of all, only 6 strikeouts on the season. That tells you how complete of a hitter this guy is. He's been one of the most dangerous players in the entire state of West Virginia this year, and one of the biggest reasons this offense has been explosive all season. And what makes Caleb special is that he impacts the game in every phase. Hitting for average, hits for power, speed on the bases, leadership, energy, confidence. He changes the entire feel of the lineup. Not to mention, he's also a lefty pitcher for the Bulldogs, 1.4 ERA. He has multiple wins under his belt from the mound this year. Luke Rakiski is the other senior that has been a huge piece to this success pie. Quietly, one of the best all-around seasons on this team. He's batting .372 with 30 RBIs, 24 stolen bases. He's been tremendous on the bases, creates pressure constantly, and he's one of those players every single coach loves because he does everything right, including the little things. He's probably a steady veteran presence for this group. He has been here year in and year out. He's also found himself here as late getting the pop back into the bat with 2 home runs. He is becoming an explosive threat in that 4 and 5 hole that he finds himself in most every night. He's been the leader in the outfield, playing in center field, and he looks to notch another win tonight under the belt for the Bulldogs before he retires in this field. Let's turn our attention to Josh DeHaven. He is another senior who has given this team quality innings and quality at-bats. He's a guy that brings toughness and energy to every single play on every single day. And it's those types of seniors that winning programs need. Josh DeHaven is a guy that when he's up at the plate, even though he's batting in the 9 hole, he's batting over .345. He's knocked in double-digit RBIs. He's an extra base threat at all times. He loves the right field line for doubles and triples. He's an exciting player to watch play. He catches. He plays first base. He plays right field, center field, left field. And oh, by the way, he can throw complete games from the mound. He has seen 3 of those this year, and none better than when he stepped on the rubber for 7 innings and threw only a 2-hitter. Our next senior that we want to highlight is Malachi Kelly. He has also become a major addition to this Bulldog lineup. He's batting over .320. He drives in runs consistently. He gets on base. He gives the team the depth throughout the middle part of the order, and this is a part of the order that they were lacking in. When you look at Doddridge County offensively, now compared to early in the season, the lineup just continues to get deeper and deeper and much more dangerous because of productions like Malachi Kelly. He transferred in this year, and he does not feel like a transfer. He feels like a long-time standing dog. He has found himself becoming a very solid first baseman with a 6'3" frame, weighing over 200 pounds. He's a big target. He also comes on the mound and gives quality innings. He's a guy that consistently pounds the strike zone with a 2 and 3 pitch strike approach. He is one of those guys that you can't pitch around, and you really hope he's not coming to the plate with runners in scoring position. Another one of our seniors, and one of the biggest storylines around this team here of late has been the return of none other than the Bulldog legend, Caleb Sutton. He has returned to the lineup. And if you know Doddridge County baseball, folks, you know exactly the type of player this young man has been, not only this year, but throughout his career. He's an all-conference style player. He's a competitor. He's a guy that has played the game with confidence. He plays it with intensity. Despite only being back for a handful of games, he's already making an impact immediately. He's already launched a home run. He's swinging the bat extremely well. It's as if he didn't take any time off. And maybe just more importantly, he's been valuable on the mound early on. This is what makes him dangerous. He gives Doddridge County another experienced senior arm and another middle-of-the-order type bat heading into the postseason. And honestly, when you add a player like that in the late season, it almost feels like a trade deadline pickup in a professional baseball career. You're adding experience. You're adding confidence. You're adding another guy that has been here in big moments, and he knows how to win. He's been there. He's done that. He's been seasoned and tried, and this is a young man that returns on a mission. Emotionally, his teammates, they are excited about the comeback. The dugout has been electric, and you can absolutely feel the energy that has surrounded his return. Our other senior tonight we want to spotlight is Austin Osborne. Austin has joined the team this season, and from everything that you've heard around the program, he's been an outstanding for this baseball team, both on and off the field. He's a hard worker. He's that show up every day kind of guy. Positive teammates, brings energy, brings toughness. Every successful program needs a player like Austin, a guy that knows his role, a guy that understands what teammates and pushing and being positive is all about. Although he may not be on the field contributing to the wins, he's in the dugout contributing to these wins. He's on the fence. He's cheering his guys on. He is a supporter. He's a leader. He brings the attitude, and he's a great teammate every single day. And by all accounts, Austin Osborne has been exactly what the Bulldog program needed this season. Those are the players that coaches absolutely love to have in their dugout. Why? Because they strengthen the culture of the entire team. When I look at the legacy that this senior class has left behind, it is a group that is going to be hard to follow. It is a group that has built a legacy that's going to be carried for time and time on. A team that does not rely on one player. They're a team that pressures you consistently. They're a team that can beat you with power and speed and pitching and defense. And now with only 3 regular season games remaining before regionals begin, this group understands every single game matters. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some of these big games that we have played while we've been off for the last few days here from WVRC. We're excited to have you back. We're excited to honor these seniors tonight, and we will be back right after these brief messages. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And since we've been gone, we have been able to see some unbelievable wins here out of the press box, watching these Bulldogs take care of business on and off the road. But none bigger than the LKC Championship. And if we were able to watch that on our other network, it was a phenomenally covered program. That was something that Braxton Live already had in the bag to be able to broadcast that. So we give a big thanks and a big shout out to Braxton Live. They do an absolute tremendous job highlighting these young men. They were here throughout the course of that Tuesday and that Friday, capturing the semi final and the championship game. But let's look at that. When you look at the LKC, it was a statement weekend for the Bulldogs. Pitching was outstanding. Defense was as clean as it's been all year. And the offense, it showed up in big moments. And one of the biggest stories from that championship run was tonight's starting pitcher. It's a young man by the name of Tristan Swiger. Tristan would get the baseball for tonight for Doddridge County. And what a year it's been for him. He has been literally and figuratively the man on the mound for this team. He's been the Bulldog. Big game pitcher, competitor. He attacks the zone. He works quick, doesn't back down. He was the winning pitcher during the LKC Night of Champion. And if you watch that game, he faced a very tough Williamstown team. And what was great about that, it was a comeback game for him. He pitched a gem of a game at Williamstown, throwing a complete 7-inning game, 71-pitch outing, but inherited a 1-0 loss in that game. And so he jumped back on the mound in the LKC Championship. Same two pitchers, but a much more drastic of an outcome. The Bulldogs jumped out to a 12-1 victory, and Tristan Swiger was on the mound the entire way. He is a winner from top to bottom. You look at his offensive numbers as well. He's batting .377 with an OPS of 1.079, 22 runs scored, 20 stolen bases, and he impacts the game at every facet that he plays. Tonight, his biggest job is to slow down the dangerous lineup of Sissonville. He is the guy that Coach Wright feels has the best opportunity to attack these bats, keep them off balance, and attack the zone. If we look at Sissonville, they are definitely not one that you want to overlook. They're not number 2 in the state for no reason. Make no mistake about it. Sissonville is absolutely one of the best teams in Class AA from start to finish. They've earned that number 2 ranking. They swing the bat well. They play aggressive. They're battle-tested. And here's what makes tonight fascinating. Doddridge County has already beat them earlier this season, but it wasn't extra innings, but it was at Sissonville. The game proves something important. The Bulldogs can absolutely compete with anybody in the state on any field. And when these two teams met the first time, Doddridge showed toughness. Late in the game, they made big winning plays, and they executed pressure in the moments that was needed. This, fans, is a playoff atmosphere. If you're looking for playoff, regional, state championship style games, tonight is the night to be watching this game. It feels like we are in regionals. We've got a crowd that is still coming in. It's expected to be big for senior night. We've got 2 elite AA programs, and you've got postseason implications mentally and if not even officially on the field and on the line for tonight's game. When we come back, we're going to look at the keys to tonight's game for the success. We'll be back right after these messages.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Check this out.
Welcome back as we see the coaches as they head to home plate to discuss the boundaries and discuss the field. We've got 325 down the lines, 360 dead away center. The field has been very tight all year. There's no loose places for balls to get through. So they'll go over their introductions, the rules of the game. But before we do that, Justin, if you could, walk me through what you think tonight some of these keys of the games are that you see is important for us to be looking at.
All right, Ben. Yeah, we got some keys. We got to look at our start. Often you'll see us come out with a really hot start. And if we don't come out with that hot start, you can often see later in the innings how it's affecting us. Let's see, where here you got. Okay, yeah. So Sissonville is also it's too talented to let them jump out early. I think last game that we played them, we did jump on them early, but we kind of laxed up a little bit. They're playing on their field. It's a real hoppy, bouncy field. We're going to have to just jump on them and stay on them like we know how to do. Also, it's as far as keeping pressure on defense. I do believe that we got T. Swagger on the mound today. He's going to do a real good job. I have faith in that. But we're going to have to put the defense behind him. I don't care how good your pitching is. If you don't have a key defense behind you, if you don't have the key defense behind you, you're not. It's going to be hard to produce in the end. And
That's right.
And then also, when we have our big moments, we got to capitalize on them.
Oh, it's big.
When we have a big moment, that's a momentum change. That's a tempo change.
Yeah.
And the Bulldogs are really keen on, having that tempo change and sticking to that tempo once they get that tempo going.
That's right. And if you look at that, speaking of big moments and big momentum, offensively, let's look at this. Brockelman's batting over 430 in the leadoff spot.
All right.
Hall's batting over 500 in your 3 spot. Murphy is right at that 370. Rikiski's at 372.
Okay.
Swagger 377. You add depth pieces like Nicholson and Kelly, DeHaven, and now Caleb Sutton jumps on the tarmac.
So, just another blessing after a blessing. These guys all well above average in batting average. And then you're bringing another athlete to the table that's as good, if not better, than all of these guys. So, and it's just good to see all of these guys competing healthily between themselves. There's a healthy type of competition between these guys, and it can be unhealthy because these guys have a healthy competition within themselves, and they're actually accepting the fact that they're going to have to rotate. They got 12 good athletes that can start, so they're going to have to rotate guys to fulfill the holes that they need to win these games. And then the maturity level that these guys are starting to put out and understand the bigger picture of what's happening here rather than where I'm at this inning, and it's BS. They're seeing the bigger picture, and I think that is really going to help these guys down the road.
You talk about it's inevitable to not bring up the fact that we've added back Caleb Sutton. Tonight he's going to get a start at shortstop. It's a position he's played his entire career, third and shortstop. So we haven't seen him back over there much yet this year. We usually Brody Brockelman, but it is senior night, so we'll see Caleb Sutton be in that spot, the 6th spot for shortstop. But here's what's awesome. Who do you pitch around? There's no place in the lineup that a pitcher can say, well, I'm going to dodge this guy because I'm going to attack him.
Yeah, we say it. You got another dog coming right behind him.
There's another dog right behind him.
It doesn't matter.
Folks, when we come back, we'll go over the starting lineups for both of these teams. We're about to have the national anthem. It is a beautiful night, 75 degrees. The wind is blowing out like normal, little right center. The crowd is on their feet. They're excited to be here tonight. We're excited that you're here with us. We'd love to hear where you're from, who you're rooting on, who's your favorite senior. And if you're from Sissonville, welcome to the program.
Yeah.
We are here for your young men as well. We're going to give them the accolades, the honor, and respect that they've deserved because they've worked just as hard all year. Guys, they're coming out for the national anthem, and we will be right back.
Bulldog Station in Doddridge County Sports is a winning combination. For all your pizzas, subs, and salads, call Bulldog Station at 304-666-1364. Open Monday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday and Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bulldog Station located at 323 West Main Street, West Union, West Virginia. Let's go Bulldogs!
All right, welcome back here. We just had our national anthem. We're just moments away from our first pitch. And if we look around the horn, we look defensively for the Bulldogs. We got Swiger on the mound. We've got the dirty man behind the plate, Maxwell Nicholson. Malachi Kelly playing first base. Brody Brockman over at second base. And at shortstop tonight, Caleb Sutton, the big man. Dane Murphy over at third base. And in left field, Josh DeHaven. In center field, Luke Rakiski, and in right field, Caleb Hall. Familiar faces, familiar names. Not much of a change on positions, however. We do see the middle infield flopping a little bit. Sutton getting a start over there at shortstop while Brody is at second. And I will tell you, this is going to be one of those games that's it's going to be good. It's going to be a fundamentally sound game. Both of these coaches and both of these programs are very big on doing the little things right, being successful every single pitch, putting yesterday behind you, putting tomorrow before you, and play the game today that's now. They do a great job. So I'm excited about this tonight. And as you write some comments, we'll try to see what we're saying here. We got a couple people saying, hey, Josh DeHaven's my favorite senior. I love it. Watching from New Milton. And they said, don't forget about Caleb Hall. So welcome to the program. If you want to give some shout-outs, we'll make sure that we talk about your favorite senior. Throughout the night, we'll try to give them as much love and attention as we can. And we're excited for the start of this game. So, Justin, what do you think about our young man being on the mound tonight,
I'm
Mr.
just
Swiger?
really excited to see sophomore Tristan Swiger up there on the mound tonight. You know, I think the last time we played them, we ended up switching up the pitchers a lot on them, and we didn't throw any of our good guys against them. So I think right now this is an opportunity for us guys. What is their rank this year as far as Sissonville? I hear they're number 2.
No, they're number 2 in AA.
Okay, that's what I heard, and I know that our guys we're coming out to play right now, and you know, a number 2 team coming to Doddridge County. They've already beat us once.
No, we beat them once.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we beat them. We beat them. Come on, Justin, get in the program. We talked about that. We beat them.
I knew we were
in
up
extra
8-1.
innings down there. We were up big.
It was extra
kind of
innings.
gave away the extra.
Okay.
Then we got an extra innings.
Okay.
Came away with
we
that
were
victory.
up 8-1, and they did come back from 8-1. Okay, I do remember that.
All right, for Sissonville, our leadoff hitter is going to be number 1, Lane Kaufman. As we have no balls or 1 ball, no strikes. Swiger wide left. And Mr. Kaufman is also going to be on the mound. Correction on that. He is number 21. 21 batting leadoff as we have fastball misses just away for ball 2. So we got things settled in. It's been a little while since we've been back. I'm really proud of the way you guys handled things. I was out in Minnesota with my oldest son. Be able to watch the conclusion of his collegiate year. So that was fun. Able to watch you guys here. You did a wonderful job.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back to help us put all this technical difficulty stuff away. But it doesn't matter. We're here to brag about the kids, and Lynn's a really good guy.
He did a great job.
He did a great job. He knows baseball really well. I liked meeting Lynn and sitting in here with him. It was a good time. It was always
Swiger
a good time.
is 3-1 on the mound, 3 balls, 1 strike. Fast or changeup just sneaks in there for strike 2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff, Mr. Kaufman.
I see Tristan right now. He's throwing that cutter a good bit right now. I'm seeing it's got a little movement on it.
Line drive, hit it right back where it came from. Leadoff single. Always a good way to start. If you're Sissonville, made the long drive up the interstate. Now they come away with leadoff single up the middle. And that's going to bring to the plate number 12, Maddox Bulldog. If we're pronouncing that wrong, I apologize, but it looks like Maddox Bulldog. And he's going to be the 2-hole hitter for tonight. Swiger going from the stretch. And we have a foul ball on the bunt approach. And if you are a coach, you understand the necessity of scoring early on a big platform game like today. Score early, score often. You also understand that when you travel a long ways, it's always good to get that first run on the board. It kind of calms the nerves.
I like that.
So we got Dane Murphy starting to crash, turns for the bunt again. Great bunt. We got to cover it. Tags him out by Malachi Kelly. So that will retire the 2-hole hitter, not before he sacrifice bunts Mr. Kaufman over to second base.
So there's a little controversy within myself, like at bunting and hitting and running early in the game because you haven't seen the pitcher. What do you think about that, Ben? Like you want to see maybe your batters can lay out on this pitcher, or in an instance rather than hitting and running and bunting.
I look at trying to get my guy in scoring position. Now they've got 2 outs to move this guy. Well, the base hit's going to score him in most places. I have confidence in my 3-hole hitter.
Yeah.
I want to try to score runs early. Takes the double play away as well.
Yeah.
Starts off speed. Starts off speed. That's going to be ball 1. And I look back at this prior game. We talked about the people that saw the mound. Hunter Hayhurst pitched 4.1 innings and only gave up 1 hit against them. Then Malachi Kelly came in and threw an inning and gave up 2 hits. Tristan Swiger came in for just 2 batters. Line drive right to Murphy. He hit that ball in the screws, but right into the glove of Murphy. So we have a runner at third base, 2 outs, and here comes your cleanup hitter, Mr. Cooper Nooney, number 8. And then Caleb Hall came in at the end of the game and had to throw 2 innings and gave up 1 hit. So they had 5 hits against us. They scored 9 runs, and only 2 of those were earned.
Oh, okay.
We got into some pitching problems down there. We got in a little bit of issues with some walks. We struggled. So if we clean it up tonight, I really have a lot of confidence in who we have available tonight. Available for the Bulldogs, you're going to have Tristan Swiger, which is considered our ace. Caleb Hall is our other ace. And we also have Hunter fully available. So we're good to go on the mound.
We're deep. We got Hunter, I believe Evan Kelly. You got Hunter, Evan Kelly. Then you got Caleb Sutton. Caleb Sutton's another one that's got some innings.
So now we got no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the cleanup hitter. Swiger settling in. Fastball was a strike 1, off speed strike 2. Tristan goes from the stretch. He delivers. Curveball inside. That's going to hit him. When you have the cleanup hitter up with open first base, that's not always a bad idea. I don't think he wanted to hit him on purpose.
No,
but
I think
we want to pitch get away from the zone. So now we have at the plate number 9, Cooper Hall. He is the shortstop tonight. Since we do have a little bit of stats on these guys, I'll be able to go back through last time when we played Cooper Hall. If I look at it, he was playing second base. He went 1 for 5 with 2 strikeouts against the Bulldogs in the earlier contest. Swiger starts with a strike 1 on the outside corner. Runners are at first and third, 2 outs. If you're just joining us, welcome. I see our young man. Hey, we're watching from Missouri. Let's go, Tristan. So Swiger pulling in some Missouri fans. I like it. Welcome to the program. Swiger's doing a great job on the mound. Off speed outside, going to be ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. And I wouldn't be surprised if this runner starts to move here.
So I got a feeling like Tristan right now, this is looking like he's not throwing his max right now. I can kind of see that. Remember the last couple games, he really started maxing out at second inning, third inning. I have a feeling that's what's about to happen here.
He talked to us last time after the game. He said, I didn't start feeling completely myself until about inning 4 and 5.
Right.
So we're excited about this young man. He's got a bright future. He's also been winning everything in track with the pole vault, so shout out to him as an athlete.
Phenomenal.
2 balls, 1 strike, fastball away, and that's going to be 3 balls, 1 strike. And if you are Sissonville, what you're looking at, let's try to run the pitch count up. So that's going to be one thing they're looking at inning to inning, although 3 outs, maybe no runs, but how many pitches did he throw? Swung on and hit to the right side. Brockman fields it. Clint bobbles it. That's going to be an error on the second baseman, and then we don't throw the ball. And that's how you let a team score 2 runs. Ground ball, easy out by the second baseman. We bobble it, and then we don't throw the ball home. So now Sissonville is sitting on a 2-run first inning. And again, if we look at it, they scored 9 runs last time, but only 2 of them were earned. So we're on the same kind of pathway here. So now at the plate is going to be Chase Litton. He is number 2. He plays second base. So Mr. Litton, last time they played, he played second base. He went 1 for 1. He came in later in the game, went 1 for 1, and also was walked. So he's a guy that knows how to be patient at the plate.
Now hooking.
So we go no ball, or 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on first with 2 outs. If if you're going to give up runs, I like to give them up early as opposed to late. Fastball doesn't quite make it to the plate, so we got 2 balls, 1 strike. Great job behind the plate by Nicholson, keeping that ball in front of him, and he doesn't get as much love as he deserves. He does do a good job, those balls in the dirt, keeping him in front. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Delivery just misses, up and out.
Pretty close there. It's pretty close.
That's a good pitch.
It's a good pitch.
This young man went 1 for 1 and a walk, so he knows the strike zone quite well. Being patient at the plate, 3 balls, 1 strike, swung on, tapped back to the pitcher. Swiger's going to flip it over there, and that's the 3rd out they were looking for. Sissonville gets on the board early, 2 runs across the plate, both of them off of the air at the second base and an air at first base. So let's clean it up a little bit, but we'll be back in the bottom half of the first when we see this lineup come to the plate. Welcome back to the bottom half of the first inning. And we're going to see Brody Brockelman come to the plate. Now, against Sissonville, we know that Brody's batting in the low 400s. But against Sissonville last time, he went 2 for 5, had an RBI, scored twice, had a good productive day, also had a double against him. But it's a different arm and it's a different day. So the approach has got to be confident, but we got to realize it's still a different pitcher. Same confidence, different day. Brody's been in that leadoff position for us all year long and has done quite well.
Really good job.
He gets on base well.
Yeah.
He does a great job of moving the bases once he gets on them. He's definitely a threat to take a bag at any time. He's not afraid to run, that's for sure. So here we go. We're going to see Mr. Kaufman on the mound, number 21, and this seems to be their guy they like to go to in tough games. So we're seeing both teams' ace as he starts off with an off speed that sinks in there for strike 1.
So, yeah, Mr. Kaufman from Sissonville, he's got a good little pitcher. He's got some good movement on his fastball. He's got a nice breaking ball there, and also seen a nice changeup. So, what we're facing here, the Bulldogs are facing a good pitcher here. I like to see this.
You know, before regional play, before state play, you want to face everybody's best. It doesn't matter the real outcome of the game as much as it does the ability to see top pitchers, top hitters. And that gets you ready. The win and the loss doesn't really get you ready all the time. It's who you're facing. I've said this 100 times. I'd rather lose a game by 1. Here's a play to the third baseman. He bobbles it. However, comes up clean, fires across. 1 up, 1 down. So nice job by the third baseman. That's number 12 over there. That's Mr. Maddox Baylog. Correction on that. He did a great job sticking with it. So, but back to that. It's not always that win and loss. It's who are you seeing?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these teams have got a lot of wins under their belt, but they're seeing everybody's 5th and 6th pitcher. Yeah. You know, are you seeing their aces? Right. And we want to see everybody's aces to get ready for this state run that we want to make. And
I felt last fall, the best thing we did was get beat by all them colleges.
Yeah.
And seeing all them colleges and facing all them good pitchers. That was good for these guys.
At the plate, the pitcher, Tristan Swiger, sees 1 ball. Fastball ran in on side of him. Off speed, check swing, fouls it off. So we're going to have 1 ball, 1 strike. And if you look at the way the pitcher approached it, he did completely backwards to Swiger as he did to Brockelman. So he went curveball, fastball. Now we've seen fastball, curveball. So try to find patterns there anytime you can. Swung on, drove into right center. falls in for a base hit, so that puts the number 2 hole hitter aboard, and here comes our first senior of the night, number 7, our right fielder, Caleb Hall.
Looked like he got him in on his hands there a little bit, and just it was a nice base hit, Tristan. Really nice base hit.
Got Caleb Hall coming to the plate. Caleb batting back out to 500 again. Got 6 home runs on the year, so definitely a guy that has some pop. Hopefully can see a little bit of that at this time. Last time against them down there. I'll talk about it after this pitch. There's a fastball. Gets away, and that's going to advance a runner. So now we're sitting just like Sissonville was, 1 out with a runner on second. Let's see how we can come
you know what's coming. There's not a hill out there for him to hit it on, though.
So last time we were there, Hall went 2 for 2, 3 RBIs, and an absolute monster home run that landed up on top of their hill in right center.
Can't forget that. Yeah.
So maybe we can get a little repeat. Here we go. So we got 1 ball, no strikes. Swung on, rounded it off, little foul ball down the right field line. So we're seeing 1 ball, 1 strike.
Runner's moving. Runner's moving.
Must have been a little hit and run.
Something going on there. Runner was moving.
One ball, 1 strike. First base is open, so as a pitcher, you might want to be a little more selective. Off speed, just off the plate. That's going to hit the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. And we do have 1 out. If you're joining us, Sissonville is up 2 runs to nothing, top of the first. Here comes the delivery, 2-1. Ball gets away. Swiger's going to advance to third. Takes a look. Ball did get away. And the backstop here is not big, but it's kind of wide the way it goes. It doesn't funnel the ball back towards the plate. So Swiger being aggressive. And now the question becomes 3-1. You got your 3-hole hitter up. But you got a runner at third base, less than 2 outs. Coach, what are you going to do? We're going to try to drag bunt maybe here and score that runner? Or try to get a deep fly ball?
Not with Caleb Hall up the bat.
Okay, here we go. Let's see how it pans out. 3-1. Here comes the delivery. Check swing. That's going to be ball 4 on the outside. And now to the plate with runners on the corner comes the big man, Dane Murphy. And Dane has been very good as of late.
Phenomenal.
But let's look back to last time. Last time, Dane went 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. He had 3 pounded singles against him, played a very good third base.
So I believe they're going to try to do some type of pickoff move here with the guy still in second with 1 out.
Got to be careful as the runner on first. You take a smaller lead at a more aggressive secondary.
Yeah.
If you are going to steal, you got to go on first movement, and that first movement could be a pickoff, so keep your head down and run. We'll find out. Hall's on first. Fastball up and away. So here we see the Sissonville pitcher struggling a little bit with the strike zone.
Yeah.
Couple balls got away from him. Swiger had the single to right field, but advanced around the bases on a few wild pitches.
You know, as a pitcher, whenever you're putting the ball over the plate and the guys are hitting and you're not doing anything
Swung
wrong.
on and drove into left field. That's going to score a run. Hall gets to second. Great hit by Murphy. That's what you want to see out of the cleanup hitter. And here comes our second senior of the night, Luke Rakiski. And as you heard mentioned, well, you probably didn't hear it because you weren't here at the field if you're listening. But Luke Rakiski broke the all-time hit record. And we look at that. I asked the coach, when you say all-time, he goes, well, we can go back 20 years.
Okay.
So for the last 20 years, he's got the top hits for the Bulldogs. He's been here for 4 years playing
Fantastic.
for them. So great job to Luke.
He deserves it.
Potomac State commit. Excited to watch him as he progresses through the next level. He sees off speed, low inside at the feet, so that's going to be ball 1. So, yeah, Luke's one of those guys that I don't really feel at all that he has seen, even though he's done amazing things, he hasn't seen his best baseball yet. He's still growing. He's still maturing.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I feel like his best years are ahead of him. And, we've seen guys that have been like, we see guys that prosper and freshmen in high school.
We're moving. Rakiski hit and run, drives it.
Nice
that's going to score Hall from second on the hit and run, and that's going to advance Murphy to third. Rakiski moves up on a wild throw. So the Bulldogs, in senior night fashion, come out at the plate, erase the oops from the first inning, and now we're sitting at a brand-new ball game. We've traded punches. It's 2-2, and the Bulldogs got Malachi Kelly, our third senior of the night, and we're going to brag on Malachi here for a little bit. Malachi comes in from Bridgeport, and I look over at his picture, and I almost laugh when I see it on the screen because the young man's put on 20 pounds since then.
Malachi is a phenomenal ball player. He does not get enough credit out here. He is good. He went over to first base, and he is a phenomenal first baseman.
He's 6'3", 205. Starting to swing a really powerful stick from over there. He was a left side guy, but came here. Coach said, hey, we really need you at first.
Capable of hitting the long ball.
Oh, he can. He's got enough pop in there to do it. Malachi still looking for a home. Got a couple offers there on the table. I even spoke to a few coaches last night about him.
Okay, good.
So he's kicking some things around where he's going to spend his career. So if you are a coach listening, this guy is what we would say he's on the market. So we got 1 ball, no strikes. Runners are at second and third. There's a line drive. Back to the shortstop and doubles him up.
It's okay. It's okay.
Good hit. That's called baseball. Nice job there by Sissonville. Little heads up. Luke Rakiski got doubled up, but that was on a line drive part. So we go to the top of the second, tied back up 2-2, and we'll be right back.
Check this out.
Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia, is a family-owned and operated business. We have a full showroom with displays of flooring ranging from luxury vinyl plank, tile, hardwood, carpet, sheet vinyl, carpet tiles, and more. We offer commercial and residential installation. Let's turn your home or business into something special. Call 304-869-3969. Financing is available. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia. Call 304-869-3969 or visit us on Facebook.
Welcome back here, top of the second, as Swiger comes back out on the mound for the Bulldogs. In the first inning, he wasn't his best, but he was efficient. The problem was we had the errors behind him, and what that looked like was a runner was at first and third. We had a ground ball bobbled at second base. So the guy from third scored. Here comes the runner around the bags at first, or coming around third. We don't throw the ball from first to home, which allowed the runner to slide in safely there, and that's how they have put their first 2 runs aboard. So if I'm the coach, the good thing is they didn't earn it. It's one of those things where a little bit of a bend but no break. So let's go out the second inning. Offense for the Bulldogs was electric. They came away with a few hits. 2 runs scored, and we're in a brand new ball game. So no harm, no foul. Let's attack. And at the plate now is number 55, Landon Chapman. He's the right fielder for tonight. And if I look down through here, Mr. Chapman was the DH last time. He was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So if coach is there, maybe attack the zone pretty hard. But last game is not always indicative. If you're an investor, past performance is not always indicative of future gains. So here we go. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball misses just inside. 2 balls, no strikes. It is a beautiful night for baseball here in West Virginia. It's kind of always funny. By the time you get to good weather, it's playoff time. We've seen a lot of nights where it was blankets and heaters, and now we're seeing beautiful weather, but the season's starting to wrap up, and these games are all games for keeps now, as we got number 2 Sissonville in the state in AA here playing at the home of the Bulldogs, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs, and at the plate is number 55, Chapman. Misses upstairs for ball 4, so that puts the leadoff hitter aboard. And here comes in the 7 hole, number 3, Jarrett Hayden in the 8 hole. And if I look down through and I check this out, Mr. Hayden last time, I don't see that he had at-bats last game. So this is number 3. We didn't see him last time, but he is playing first base. They squared a bunt. Bunts back to the pitcher. Nice job. Here we go. Nicholson throws the ball away, and that's going to be a throwing error on the catcher. So the Bulldogs, if they just make 2 routine plays, it's a 2-0 ball game. And the Bulldogs, if there's been an Achilles heel to the Bulldogs, it has been the routine plays that we have failed to execute on. If you look at any loss, it's because of errors, multiple errors. We went down to the beach and went down there and played, and going down, we only had just a few errors in the 7, 8, 9 games, and we had 30-some errors in 4 games.
Yeah, that just crushes a team. It don't matter how good you're hitting. It don't matter how good you're pitching. It doesn't matter where you're at. If you're making errors like that, Ben, you're losing. You had momentum. You're losing tempo. You got people upset. It's a domino effect.
We went down there and played Pikeville and was absolutely beating Pikeville single-handedly, and then decided we couldn't catch fly balls anymore. They came back, went into extra innings, and Rakiski tied it up with a home run. And then we still eventually in the next inning lost it. And had a powerhouse in AAA. Pikeville on the ropes, should have had them beat.
Yeah.
Here comes a bunt. If I'm the coach, I'm doing the same thing. Nobody covers first base. And there goes a mental error. So we've had 3 physical errors, 1 big mental error, and now the Sissonville Indians are sitting with bases loaded, no outs, and at the plate comes back up the leadoff hitter, Mr. Kaufman, and he's the pitcher. So if anybody wants to see runs scored, it's this young man.
Yeah, that's right. Is this a leadoff, right?
This is leadoff.
Okay, we're back to the top of the lineup with the bases loaded here.
Swiger delivers. Swung on off the glove of Malachi. That's going to be in the corner. Hall's running for it. Off the fence. He picks it up, fires home. 2 is going to score for sure. So just like that, Sissonville Indians retake the lead 4-2 with a stand-up double by the leadoff. Also the pitcher for the Indians.
Well, they came to play ball. They came to hit the ball, and
And we came to not play defense, apparently.
If we don't want them to play defense, we're not going to win.
It's not the double that hurt.
No.
It's the errors that got to the bases
I think
loaded.
Tristan's gave up two hits. I think solid hits. Which is pretty high for him to give it up 2 hits in 2 innings. I mean, that's...
Fastball finds its way for strike 1. At the plate is Mr. Maddox Baylog, number 12. No balls, 1 strike, up and in for ball 1. So we got 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. And on the bases right now is number 1, Deacon Moore, the center fielder. He's at third. And then the leadoff, Mr. Kaufman at second after the double. Fastball inside, misses the plate. So we've got 2 balls and 1 strike. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So that's what we want to see. A little more pop there in that fastball, maybe a little more emotion behind that, a little more exit velocity there.
He's starting to throw an overpronated, more like a sinker type, but it kind of slides back. That's what he's throwing right there. It's a newer pitch that he's just starting to throw.
3 balls, 2 strikes as that fastball finds its way just off the plate for ball 3. Both of these teams have put up big numbers all year with offenses, so this is no shock at all. And there we go. Comes back after the double, finds his way to pitching past the swinging bat of number 12 for the recorded first out.
That brings up the catcher, number 5.
And here comes number 5, the 3-hole hitter, Malachi Holtzman. Malachi Holtzman was down 0-2 last at bat before we hit him. Chokes up a little bit on the bat. No balls, no strikes. Off speed, swung on and drove foul. And if you're here at the Doddridge County Bulldogs, here's what you're going to hear. Yeah. Go get a foul ball. It's a free popsicle.
Get you a freeze pop. Long popsicle for that long foul ball.
Yeah, it's genius. Those baseballs are worth $9 and a freeze pop's worth 5 cents. That's a good trade.
It is. It's good for Doddridge County and the kids who like popsicles.
Swung on and fouled down the left field line. So here we go. No balls, 2 strikes. Kind of back where we were with him last time. Last time, 0-2, we came in on the hands, but a little too much in on the hands. So here comes Swiger. Attacks it right back up the middle, and we don't field it. I think Swiger could have got a glove down there, but he tried to soccer ball it a little bit. And now we have runners back at the corner and another run score. So we have one out, runners at the corner, and into the plate now is number 8, Cooper Nooney, the left fielder.
I think he threw his follow-through foot down trying to stop the ball.
He did.
He was already
if he would have flicked that ball up with his foot and threw him out, that probably would have made ESPN.
That's what he tried to do, I believe. He was going to Pele the ball up for him to grab it and throw it. That would have been pretty impressive.
We've watched Swiger take the mound in his last 2 outings against Williamstown and threw 14 innings and gave up 2 runs, 1 earned.
Amazing. So these boys are coming out to hit the ball.
This is a very good hitting team. Swung on, hit to center field, routine can of corn for Rakiski. He's going to come firing with the guy from third, and he throws him out at the plate. Does he get him? Yes, sir. He is out at home plate. Rakiski throws a dime to the plate, and the Bulldogs come up with a little fresh air there, and we go to the bottom half of the second with a score. The Indians 5, Bulldogs 2, and we'll be right back.
Check this out.
Key Oil Company has been a proud member of the North Central West Virginia community since 1978. Key Oil Company has been drilling and producing gas and oil in West Virginia for nearly 50 years. Home office located in Weston, West Virginia. Key Oil Company is a proud supporter of all Doddridge County student athletes. Let's go Bulldogs!
Welcome back as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Already seen 7 runs across the board between these two teams. So if you like offense, you're going to like this game so far. And I will say that if you like offense, Doddridge has had everything that they've done has been earned. And so far, I would venture to say that there's not an earned run, maybe 1 earned run from the Indians. We've had a lot of miscues. And we're going to highlight senior number 4. Tonight in the lineup is number 13, our shortstop, Caleb Sutton. And Caleb joined late, but man, what a welcomed back fresh air that he brought with him. So excited to see him back on the diamond where he belongs.
He's a really good kid, man. Caleb Sutton. What a great thing it is to have him out here.
Curveball finds its way for strike one. So
nice pitch.
No balls and 1 strike. Bottom half of the second inning. It is early in the ball game, and we've already had more scoring than most games. Swung on, fastball high above the hands for strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes. Sutton finds himself 0-2, but he is no stranger to hitting a ball hard with 2 strikes. And there's a good hard hit, just a little bit too much air. Center fielder goes back deep, makes the out. And now in the lineup, our other senior, number 3, Josh DeHaven. Josh DeHaven, one of those guys that just plays everywhere. He's in the 8-hole tonight. A lot of times he's in the 9-hole, but he's playing in the 8-hole tonight. He's batting 340 down there.
340.
He's a 349-hole hitter. Yeah. I mean, you can't ask for better than that. He's very unorthodox in the way that he approaches at the plate. He said, I think I need to work. I was talking to him yesterday. He said, I think I need to work on my stance. I said, don't change nothing right now. No. You're in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
You're in the 9-hole batting 340.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah. And he's one of those guys where it's all of a sudden it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 0-2, and he hits a triple down the right field line.
Yeah.
And that's just how he punches
He's got wheels,
balls.
too. He's got wheels, too.
He's one of the fastest guys on the team.
Yeah, he's got wheels, too.
So DeHaven at the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike, swung on. There's that right field approach. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's not afraid to take that outside pitch away.
Nope, he likes it.
You watch it often.
I've watched him hit more balls into right field than any pull side. Swung on and missed, a little bit too far out there. So we go 2 up, 2 down. And this brings up the catcher, Maxwell Nicholson. And you know, you give this young man a shout out. You see him behind the plate, and you think, man, I've watched this guy catch a lot. What year is he? He's a sophomore.
Sophomore with just complete transformation from freshman to sophomore.
He has.
And now, as long as he continues to bloom, he's going to be an outstanding. By the time he's a senior, he's going to be another one having all the good guys in the stand looking at him.
Fastball outside for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. So we've seen this pitcher. He doesn't have a routine of what he's starting. I like to see his pitch chart. But most of the time it's backwards each player. There's a hard ground ball to the shortstop, fielded cleanly, thrown across the diamond. And that's exactly what the Indians were looking for. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 3rd with a score 5-2. And here comes your Bulldogs. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Looking for automotive service you can trust? Turn to Rokiski Service Center in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Family owned and operated since 1924. We've proudly served generations of local drivers with dependable, honest automotive care. From routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, and tires, to lift kits, custom wheels, and off-road accessories, we help keep your vehicle ready for anything. Visit Rokiski Service Center at 798 West Pike Street or call 304-623-2836 today. That's Rokiski Service Center, 304-623-2836.
Welcome back as we go to the top of the 3rd inning, and at the plate we have number 9 coming in. Cooper Hall, the shortstop, just made the nice play to record the 3rd out for the Indians. So hats off to that young man playing a good solid defense. And Swiger fires for fastball, strike 1 on the outside corner, and that looked a little bit more like the pop we're used to seeing. That was a little different exit velo out of that arm.
Yeah, it's coming. These guys have been throwing all year round. You know, it's hard for these guys to get warmed up, and often 2nd, 3rd inning, that's when they start getting their pop come in. That's because that's how they're lasting 7 innings, 8 innings.
To 1 ball, 1 strike. Swiger settles back in, going from the windup. Swung on and fouled off down to the right base, the first base side, right base. Listen to me, first base side for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
See where his pitch counts at right now.
Wind is actually blowing in from center field, something you don't see very often. A little tap to shortstop. Sutton fields it cleanly, fires across. Kelly makes the grab, and that's going to be recorded out number 1. So that's definitely in a positive direction for the Bulldogs, because pretty much every run that's been pushed across the board we have seen come from the miscues of the defense. We're going to pull that up here and look and see. So far we have He's pitched 2 innings, given up 3 hits. Out of the 5 runs, only 2 is earned. Fly ball to Rikiski records out number 2. Swiger is at 45 pitches. Very unorthodox. It's something you don't see him do a whole lot of. But the Bulldogs have already recorded 2 errors, but there's probably a third one that should be on there, and then 2 mental errors. So we've had 4 or 5 miscues so far from the defense, and we're still right here in this ball game. It's early. We got a lot of baseball in front of us, and coming up the bottom half of the third, we got the top of the lineup coming.
There's a lot of outs left.
Swiger past the swinging bat of number 55, and that is Landon Chapman. The fly out before him was number 2, Chase Litton. Fastball right past the bat again, so stick with something that's not broke. Let's see fastball number 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Old Glory flying for all she's worth.
Oh, good wind.
Here we go. Let's see Swiger as he approaches down the mound. Little cutter on the inside for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Nice pitch there. Nice pitch. Just a little
Just
wind.
missed inside. Past the swinging bat at number 55. Caught him fishing out there in the river. And that's going to take us to the bottom half of the third. Top of the lineup coming up as the Bulldogs trail the Indians 5-2.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Check this out.
Welcome back here to the home of the Bulldogs as we go to the bottom half of the third, trailing 5-2. The good news is we're trailing 5-2 pretty much by more so of self-inflicted wounds, something we can control. It's not because we've been beat heavily by the bat. We've been beat heavily by our miscues. And the other good news is we got the top of the order back up. That was very electric in the first inning by putting 2 runs on the board before one of those baseball things where you had a line drive hit to the shortstop. He fields it, picks our guy off, and that was 2 outs. So I think there's a lot of damage left to be done. Brody Brockelman steps into the plate as he's going to face Mr. Kaufman here in the bottom half of the third. And Mr. Kaufman was very electric in the second inning, 3 up, 3 down. But in the first inning, he struggled with some locations. So let's see if we can't be patient at the plate. Find our pitch and drive it as he goes 2 balls and no strikes, misses just high. We went a little wider on this camera view from the outfield today to kind of to get a little bit more ball flight. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know if you like it a little tighter or you like that wider look. You kind of get to see a little bit more baseball plays with that, but we can definitely adjust if needed. 2 balls, 1 strike. Brockman at the plate, off speed, hit, dribble to third. That's going to be just foul. That's going to bring up a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brockman's been the leadoff guy all year, batting an impressive just over 400. I'm in the mid-4s all year. That's pretty much where he's been his entire career so far. He's just a junior. He's got a lot of pop in that bat, surprisingly. He's a smaller guy. He's a guy that he just got rung up on his check swing. His bat went past the zone, so we have a leadoff strikeout. The ball was off the plate. Little check swing offered, and down goes Brody, but up comes number 12, the pitcher, Tristan Swiger. Swiger had a single into right field last at bat. Off-speed pitch stays high, and that's going to be ball 1. Definitely would be good to see get one of our guys aboard quickly here. Off-speed sneaks in there, out there in that river. The coach, that umpire, kind of likes that outside pitch, but he likes it for Swiger as well. So consistency is the key. Hitters just got to adjust. Fastball up and away. That's going to be ball 2.
He's doing a good job of wrapping that curveball around the outside of the plate there.
2 balls, 1 strike. Swiger settles into the box. Swung it well in the first inning. Hits a ground ball to the shortstop. He comes up, makes the field, throws it a little high, but the first base's off the bag, he said. All right, so bang, bang play goes in the direction of the Bulldog, and maybe that's the spark that they're looking for as their senior 3-hole hitter comes to the plate. Caleb Hall was walked last time, and if you look at Caleb's stats, last game was 3 for 3 against him, I believe it was, but he also had 3 walks.
Yeah.
The young man is necking on 20 walks on the year.
Because they're not giving him any pitches.
As well as batting over 500.
So, I mean, that says a lot for him. You know, they're not giving him any pitches. They're walking him a lot just because of how good his bat is. That just says a lot.
Off-speed pitch, low for ball 1.
This pitcher's coming at him. This is going to be good.
Caleb, a University of Charleston commit, overcame the knee injury. Finally back into play mode. So here we go. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball finds it on the outside corner for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Swiger over at first base, and the young man can move. So don't be surprised if we see some hit and run coming up here shortly. Fastball low and away. Oh, the ball gets away. Great play by Swiger advancing. So here we go. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, you get T. Swagger on base, any kind of ball boy, he's definitely advancing.
The thing we usually see here, what happens is after 2 balls and 1 strike, when Swiger gets the second, they're going to try to walk Caleb. Yeah. And that's going to put Murphy, the big man, big Great Dane, and you can't pitch around him because the next guy up's just as good. Fastball inside for ball 3.
You know, I am seeing the umpire is being consistent on his calls.
He is.
You know, sometimes it's tough to say, oh, well, that was close, that was too close, that was a strike, but he ain't been calling that.
Listen, get up there and in your mindset, go hit a baseball. Swung on the changeup on a 3-1, got a changeup, and now we go to full count. But we've seen good umpires all year.
We have.
And the thing when, you know, as I coach and stuff, when hitters come back and they complain about a call, so what about strike 2 that you swung at and missed? That was a mile out. What about that pitch? What about the ball right down the middle that you let go? Don't get mad at the one that you think he missed. No. Let's take control of the controllables.
Find your part.
Yeah.
Find your part in that strikeout.
Runners are at first and second. Great Dane Murphy steps into the box. Murphy playing third base tonight. Already has a hit, an RBI in the first inning, looking to do the same here. Off speed finds itself in the turf. And I tell you what, that's the fastest approach I've seen a coach make from the dugout.
He was out there.
He was out there. I want to get a 60 time on that guy. He was almost on the field before timeout was given. I mean, he's fast. So listen, and there he goes. Look at him.
Come on.
Got a nice job by Sissonville's coach. Hey, there is no waste
kids ain't
time.
Gonna hustle if you ain't hustling.
Here we go.
Trying to tell you.
Poor Swiger just got over to third base, and Coach Nate sent him back.
Well, it was short-lived. That's okay.
I don't know what he told him.
Was trying to keep him in
but
his
it
group.
Wasn't long-winded. It wasn't a Sunday morning sermon. 1 ball, no strikes to Murphy. Runners are at first and second. Bulldogs looking to heat things up. Swung on and hit to right field. That could be trouble. Can it get out of play? Oh, he makes a catch. Great job, but Swiger tags up. Excellent catch by the right fielder.
Really
Give
nice
that
catch.
man some love. Number 55, Landon Chapman catches the ball as he hits against the fence.
Nice catch, Landon. Very good job.
Very good job.
Really
Great
nice
concentration. Found the fence. And here comes the senior, Rakiski, number 50, the Potomac State commit. So what's kind of funny, he was doubled up at second in the first inning, but in the second inning, with 1 out, he catches the ball in center and throws a guy out of the plate.
A real nice
He's
throw.
been a part of 4 outs so far.
That's a real nice throw. you can't put it past Luke. Luke will gun him down from the outfield. That's a fact.
Fastball finds itself as strike one. No balls, one strike. The question becomes, runners on the corner. We're going to try to get a little bit of run across the board, chip away at that lead. You got Hall over there, been a base threat to steal all year long. Swung on and fouled back. Now we go 0-2.
Luke liked that pitch.
He did. He was right on it.
He liked that. He fouled it off, and he just let him a little tap in the chest. He knew he liked it.
Tell you what, I'm sitting up here. I haven't ate almost all day, and I started to smell something, and I'll tell you about it in a second. Fastball outside, and if it was outside, it wasn't by much. So here we go, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's go back to this. I look over to my left. I smell this wonderful. Paige is over here eating, and she knows we can't eat. we can't eat. She's over here eating a pretzel, just bragging about it. As we see Hall go to second base, Swiger still at third. The catcher come up and fire down to the third base side.
Not a bad play by the catcher there. I like
Nope.
it. I like it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Deuces are wild. Here we go. Ground ball to second base by Rakiski. Fired across and finds himself with a 3rd out. And the Bulldogs leave 2 aboard. Again, that's first inning and 3rd inning. We've left 2 aboard.
Yeah.
So here we go.
on
Top
base.
half of the 4th. It's the score. Indians 5, Bulldogs 2. And we'll be right back.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Check this out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we go to the top half of the 4th inning, so almost halfway through this contest. And this game tonight is one of those games where both teams were excited for this game because it's going to prepare them for their regional appearances. Both teams probably have already slated themselves number 2 in their region, I would guess. If I were to look at things, which my vote doesn't really matter, but if I look at Bulldogs probably going to pull a number 2 seed in their region. I would say Sissonville right there in that same boat. So 2 top 5 programs in the state, 2 teams that feel that they deserve a trip to the state playoffs, and here they find themselves a week before regionals facing off. So it's been a contest. Number 3 steps in, Hayden Jarrett. Swiger, breaking ball to the outside, past the bat for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Top of the 4th. The score is 5-2. He drops that one in there, but just leaves it a little high as we see that go to ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball towards a shortstop. Sutton charges, fields it off the throw, off the run, fires and gets him at first base.
Real nice
And that
charge.
retires the leadoff hitter, Mr. Jarrett. And now at the plate, the 9-hole hitter, Deacon Moore, the center fielder, number 1.
That's a real nice play by
Great
Sutton
play.
right there. Charging that ball.
Sutton is probably, if not the fastest, he's number 1, number 2 on the team in speed. The kid can fly. Here comes squared for a bunt. Little bunt for a hit. Fielded by Swiger. Thrown over to first base. Wide of its mark. Off the glove of Kelly. Really probably was a catchable ball. Somehow we just lost concentration of it. So, and listen, it is senior night. Most coaches don't want to schedule a powerhouse team for senior night.
Right.
So hats off to Coach Nate and for doing so. So hopefully we get these things settled out before the end of the 7th. So we've got a runner at first base, and we plunk the leadoff hitter. So that's going to put runners at first and second, one out, one pitch away, and that's going to bring number 12, Maddox Baylog, the third baseman, to the plate.
So I believe Tristan just opened up a little bit. He's trying to do a slide step, and he opened up his heel a little early, kind of opened up early, kind of threw it to the left there, slung the ball over. He'll get it down here.
We see number 12, the pitcher, kind of shaking things off there. Got him look like in the top of the hip. Good to see him okay. Never want to see anybody go out of a game hurt, especially this time of year. You want everybody's players to be safe and ready to rock and roll. So here we go. Number 12, Baylog, the third baseman. Runners at first and second. Coach, I love it, playing some small ball as he squares for the bunt. And that is ball one. So we had our first baseman crash that time. Excellent job. We had our second baseman covering the bag. Runner at second base. So third will stay parked as we throw fastball to the outside again. So 2 balls, no strikes. And the Indians are trying to give us an out, and usually you don't see that with 1 out on the board. They're trying to give us out number 2 here by the way of a bunt, and they've seen the lack of success so far of us getting runners out from a sac bunt. They would have 2 runs less than they do if we just field a sac bunt correctly.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not that they've done big things. They've just done the little things. They've taken advantage of every miscue.
A ball on the ground takes 3 plays to make it happen. A ball in the air is only 1 play. And they're using that to their advantage.
Yep.
I'd say they're making us make plays, and they're making us make mistakes.
Swiger, 2 balls, 1 strike. Squares to bunt again. Off speed, back to Swiger. We're yelling 1-1-1. Throws over to Brockelman. So we do get the out. Runners will be at second and third.
Is it because of who they have up on bat? Where are they at here?
They're at their 4-hole hitter, number 8, Cooper Nooney.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, correction on that. Number 5, Malachi Holtzman. Now, Malachi, the last 2 at bats, we have got him to 0-2. So I think we attack here. You know, don't let off the gas pedal here. Attack. First time we had him 0-2 and plunked him. Let's not repeat that. Runners are at second and third. 2 outs. Off speed, swung on, hitting the right field.
Nice
Hall
pitch.
camps underneath of it. And we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. So a little dodge of a bullet there, and the Bulldogs going to go to the bottom half, trailing 5-2. And when we come back, right after these messages. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we go to the bottom half of the 4th. We are at the halfway mark. Trying to see these Bulldogs heat up the bats, and they've almost done it. They've been very close. First inning, third inning, right on, almost ready to break loose, and the Indians have found a way to tap the valve. They found a way to cover the pan and keep us from boiling over, but I don't think they can continue that all game. So I see Mr. Malachi Kelly warming up. He's going to be the leadoff hitter for us in this inning. And Malachi's bat, as of late, has been very hot. He has climbed himself out of that 250, 260 range, and he's now batting upper 300s, more in the 360 range, closer to 370. So he's definitely finding his pace at the right time. On the mound, he's been efficient all night. Mr. Kaufman. He gave up 2 earned runs in the first inning, and after that, he has found himself the ability to dodge bullets and keep goose eggs on the board. Justin, when you're pitching like that, how how long can you sustain that?
Well, it's some stuff like that don't last forever. So I see him honestly. He's all around the zone. He's not putting anything right over the plate, keeping him mixed up. He's keeping us off balance. He's doing a real good job at his approach. His mixture's good, and he's keeping us off balance. I mean, there's not much to say other than that. He's a good pitcher, and we're going to have to be good batters to get the ball or the bat on the ball.
Ground ball to the shortstop, fired across. That time finds the out. Malachi Kelly recorded on 2 pitches, and now at the plate, number 13, senior Caleb Sutton. And, any time as a pitcher against an offense that puts up big runs and they're strong all the way through it, if you can get ahead by an off-speed pitch, now all of a sudden strikeouts become happening. We're chasing pitches because these guys are hunting fastballs. Here's another ground ball right to the shortstop. Shortstop's going to get a workout tonight. That one gets away. Error on the throw. Sutton's speed is going to pressure the defense. We talked about that. One of the keys to the game, pressure that defense.
Yeah.
Sutton can run. DeHaven now is up to the plate. DeHaven can run. Let's start chipping away here. Let's go for a run or two this inning.
Hitting the ball on the ground is the key right here. Instead of these fly-outs, these pop-ups are killing us. It takes 3 plays to make a ground ball out.
Yeah.
A pop-up takes 1 play.
He fielded it cleanly. Didn't throw it cleanly. And it wasn't fielded cleanly. So, it's a pop fly is one thing for an out. Ground balls are 3 things.
That's a fact.
DeHaven in the plate. One of our other seniors. Fastball outside. That's what got him his first at bat. He had a pretty good at bat going until he chased the river pitch. But I will tell you, he likes that, and he can poke it in the right field. So this right fielder did not get the scouting report. He's pretty shallow. Fastball finds itself in the zone. Fastball inside for strike 1. So we got 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Sutton over at first, and with a lefty pitcher, it keeps those runners honest. Swung on, fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But I will tell you, I'm going to take my chances with Sutton over there. Maybe not on this pitch, but I'm going to take my chances with Sutton sliding in safe.
I'm surprised he's still on first.
To get him in scoring position.
I'm surprised he's still there.
This pitcher takes a big leg kick.
Oh, yeah.
I'm running right there if I'm him. Foul ball.
I see Coach over there wiping off whatever he had going on. Might have been a hit and run.
Could have been.
Yeah, I believe so.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom half of the 4th. Saw some really good life of the bats of the Doddridge County Bulldogs in the first inning. Kind of cold since. Fouled straight back. DeHaven doing a good job. In that 8-9 hole, make the pitcher throw pitches. Don't go up there and get out on 1 or 2 pitches. Make him throw pitches. Let's run the pitch count up and do our job to try to flip it back over. And he's been proficient all year doing that. Tonight he's playing left field. Usually we see him play some first base when he comes in. Punched out of play to stay alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sutton over at first base, and I think he just gave a little nod. If I'm going to guess, I'm going to guess he's going to run. Here it comes. I saw him tip his hat. I think he got the call. Nope. Yep, here he goes. Slides in, and he is safe at second base.
He even slid step and everything there, so the run was not on the pitcher. The steal was not on the pitcher. It's just Caleb had a real good stolen base there.
Here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sutton standing in scoring position. We're 1 swing away from possibly putting a run across the board, especially with this young man on the bases. There's a tap to right side of the field as it get out of play. First baseman makes a nice awkward catch, but nice job by him. Records out number 2, and at the plate now is going to be the 9-hole hitter, Maxwell Nicholson.
We got 2 down, runner at second.
You know, I reviewed some tapes and watched some of the games, and I watched Maxwell play some of his stuff, and, you know, he's a hustler back there. Maxwell really puts forth a lot of effort back there. He's really came a long ways, and I'm just real anxious to see what he's going to be here in the next couple years.
You know, as that ball hits him, so we couldn't ask for anything better right there. That ball hits him down on the foot, puts a runner aboard, and now we got our leadoff hitter up, Brody Brockelman, to the plate with runners at first and second. And, man, can the Bulldogs get something going here? They love 2-out rallies. We've seen a lot of those this year. And we're back here at the top of the lineup. So Brody Brockelman steps in. He's playing second base tonight. Score is 5-2 in favor of the visiting Indians. Southpaw delivers to the plate, finds itself short, and we moved one guy up, not two. Good read by Sutton. Maxwell still standing at first base, so maybe a little first-third action here now. Brody crowds the plate just a little bit, taking away some of that inside.
Yeah, Maxwell's going to take up that base whenever he sees that other runner advance.
Breaking ball goes inside for ball two, and yes, if you're the trail runner,
you got to follow.
When you see the lead guy take off, you're gone.
Yeah,
you're gone. You look straight ahead, and away you go. But now maybe gives us a little opportunity to make something happen. Fastball finds itself strike one on the outside corner. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on the corner. Sutton at third. Maxwell, Nicholson over at first. Brockham in the leadoff at the plate, and you couldn't ask for anything better if you're a Bulldog fan. Here you go. Fastball outside. 3 balls, 1 strike.
That was real close to the last pitch. Real close.
3-1. And again, this is number 2 in the state. This is their ace. We're sitting there teetering in that middle. Brockman fouls it off backwards. Doddridge County sitting, I believe, 6th in the state, but I think when the new rankings come out, they've had 2 big wins this week.
Yeah.
I think you see them move back up into that 4 spot, 3, 4, 5. If a victory tonight puts us, I think, between 2 and 3.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're seeing some teams tonight. You know, now the new playoff, the way the state goes, top 8, not top 8, but 8 teams will go
from the region.
Fastball low and away, and that is going to be ball 4. So what will happen is you see 8 guys go from the region. You got 4 regions,
okay,
and the top 2 from each region go. So now
two from each region.
So one good pitcher doesn't win you a state title anymore. You got to have a bullpen.
Yeah,
and I think that's where the Dogs beat a lot of these teams.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Speaking of a dog, here comes our dog. Tristan Swiger at the plate, swung on, fouled off. No balls, 1 strike.
He's not
2 outs.
Well, he's definitely not watching a first pitch strike. I'm proud of him for that.
Sophomore, he's been on the mound tonight, battled through some adversity, found himself sitting in a pretty good position now. Swung on, hit to right field. That's not going to get down. That's going to be right in the glove of the right fielder. And again, the Bulldogs have a lot of runners on. That is now 2 first inning, third inning left guys, 2 runners in scoring position, and right there bases were loaded. So the Bulldogs are right there to put runs on the board. We just haven't had that hit, but I will tell you this, it's coming.
8 guys on base.
8 guys. Here we go. We'll be back. Top of the 5th. Bulldogs trail 5-2, and we'll return after these short messages. Welcome back to the home of the Bulldogs in beautiful West Union, West Virginia, as we see a gorgeous evening for baseball. The crowd has poured into the stadium tonight. We see fans up and down the sidelines. We see the bleachers are filled up here, so it's always good to see people coming into the home of the Bulldogs tonight. We see our visiting friends, the Indians of Sissonville. It's a good pickup having them this year. Coach Nate trying to find the best competition that he can find, and there's none better than the Indians of Sissonville.
No, these guys are a good ball team. I mean, we played them there last time, and they came all the way back and gave us a really good game. Now they came here to play. Now they're at the Bulldogs, Bulldogs field, really showing us what's going on, man. And they're hitting the ball. And if our defense dolet's come through, and if our defense don't start making plays, it's going to be a long night for us.
If you go back and look at how it was, the Bulldogs, let's look at this batter here first. Fastball inside. And at the plate is number 8, Cooper Nooney. So if we go back to last game, the Bulldogs did come away with the win in extra innings, 10-9. Swung on for strike 1. But before that, the Bulldogs going into the top of the 5th, the Bulldogs were leading 7-2. Then 7-2. And then all of a sudden, the bottom half of the 5th inning, all of a sudden, here comes the Sissonville Indians. They scored 2. The Bulldogs jumped back. Top of 6, scored 2. We're okay. Yeah. Bottom 6, Bulldogs forgot how to make an out. And they scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Or the Bulldogs would have crushed. I think he attempted it.
He didn't get it back.
The Bulldogs would have crushed them. It would have been a very good victory. But the errors of the Bulldogs put them right back in. Errors and walks. Yeah. And we look at the score now. It's 5-2 in reverse. And really, it's because of errors and miscued bunts. The Sissonville team is scrappy in the way they play, but they have not. They haven't hit balls out into the gaps. They've not hit these home runs. They've played small ball baseball, and we've yet to capitalize on
ground
it.
balls, bunts, just little plays, little small balls.
So hats off to the coach. The coach knows how to win. The coach has a game plan.
Yeah.
He has stuck with it, and so far, it's definitely working in their favor. 3 balls, 1 strike. Swiger from the windup. Fastball low.
He's seeing our corners play deep. He's reading what we have going on, and he's capitalizing on what we're doing. That's a good job by Coach.
So the first runner is aboard by a walk, and in the box steps number 9, the shortstop, Cooper Hall. And he's had a lot of action over there at shortstop tonight.
Yeah.
Had a couple miscues on the throws, but he's made a couple really good plays.
He has. Yeah, he had some tight plays there that were going to be close calls that he got over there and made some outs. He's done a good job.
Swiger from the stretch, runner at first. So wild pitch puts Mr. Nooney from first to second, so he's 90 feet closer to home plate. And now maybe the attack is different. No more bunts. Here we go. We're swinging away. Foul ball, 1 strike. And if I'm Dodgers, I'd rather them swing than bunt right now because we haven't executed bunt defense very well.
Well, a lot of times our corners play back a little bit. The ball travels a little fast on this field.
Fastball outside corner, strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. You get Swiger dialed in, it won't matter where the runners are.
No.
He can attack. When he is on fire, he is unhittable. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball just
nice
off
pitch.
the plate. Good pitch. Good location on a 2-strike approach. 2 balls, 2 strikes. At second base is Mr. Nooney, and at the plate is Cooper Hall. Runner attempts to go. He have a fly ball, shallow center field. Rakiski comes over, makes the grab, and records out number 1. So runners in scoring position, 1 out. And in the box, number 2 is Chase Litton, the second baseman for the Indians.
1 out in the inning, runner on second. That brings to the plate number 2, Chase Litton.
As we said earlier, tonight is senior night here for the Bulldogs. We've honored those seniors throughout the night. We're going to take some opportunity here soon and talk a little bit about each one of these guys and what they've meant. We talked about them in the pregame. It's been a blessing to watch these guys play here over the years. So.
Real proud of these guys, especially the seniors.
Swiger, here goes the runner. Maxwell fires down and misses him, but Sutton's there to back it up. So stolen base goes on the bag for Mr. Nooney, and now we have Another run 90 feet away from home plate. We have no balls and 2 strikes. A strikeout here would be huge. Ground ball to the shortstop. That's going to score a run. Sutton fields it, fires across. Kelly fields it for out number 2. So we do get the second out, but not before they score another run. So the score is 6-4, top of the 5. And at the plate comes double nickels, number 55, Landon Chapman. So no runners on, 2 outs. Fastball inside just misses, and now they scored their first run since the second. That's the first run for either team that's been scored since the second. Swung on, hit in the left center gap. Orkiski's on a road.
There we go.
Nice track, and there we go, third out. So Bulldogs go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Not before, though, the Indians push across another run. So it is 6-2 in favor of the Indians. But here comes your hometown favorite, Bulldogs, when we come back after these messages.
Check this out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And we see number 3, the 3-hole hitter. Number 7, the 3-hole hitter. Our right fielder, Caleb Hall, coming to the plate. And so far tonight, he is 0 for 0, 2 walks, which has been the story of his career this year. Last
Poor
game
guy.
when he played against them, 3 for 3 with a bomb and 3 walks. Now he's got 2. He's been walked 5 times in 2 battles with these guys. Let's see what they do with nobody on and no outs. First pitch, off speed in the dirt, low and away. Nobody on. We need some base runners for sure. So it'd be crucial to have the leadoff runner to get on the bag with no outs. We have not done that very often tonight, but we have had plenty of opportunities to score runs. We've had runners on second and third, 1 out. We've had runners bases loaded with 2 outs, and we've yet to have that timing hit. And if you look at the 3 keys to tonight, it said big moment execution.
That's it.
We've not done it.
We haven't. No, we've had runners on base way too many times. We had 8, 9, 10 runners on base, and we've leaving them out there. So
Here we go. Hall, 3 balls, no strikes. Strike 1 right down the middle. Hall's probably praying that he gets to see that pitch again.
he said, I bet you won't do it again.
I will tell you, this guy's pretty good with his off-speed. We'll probably may even see an off-speed pitch here. Fastball outside. Umpire says strike 2. I mean, that was out there quite a bit, but that's okay. Here we go. He gets another chance to hit, so let's get back in the box. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the senior. Hall's been walked both times up. Wind is blowing slightly out right center. Fastball out even further that time.
I believe he knew it was a little out.
Hall's had 6 strikeouts on the year, and only one of them's been looking.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
senior that kind of knows the zone. So stepping into the box now with our leadoff hitter aboard, we've got our cleanup hitter, the Great Dane Murphy, and he's been efficient tonight. I just watched the shortstop take a step to the hole because he's put a couple balls there so far. So well executed by them. Swung on and miss. Hall advances. They said he did not hit the ball. It was a swing and a miss.
Okay. Oh, it's clear.
It
looked like a
so we got a runner in scoring position with no outs. First time tonight.
Okay.
Here we go. Hall on second. Murphy at the plate. Murphy's a junior, having a great season so far. He sees fastball on the inside of the plate, and Murphy's one of those guys that puts up some great numbers.
Yeah.
He's been in the shadows of some of these older guys, but I will tell you here, as of late, he's moved into that cleanup position because he has absolutely been electric. There's a line drive right on cue.
Dane.
Hall was stealing at the time. Murphy drives one into right field. That pushes a run across the board. That's the first run since the first inning. And could this be the electric start the Bulldogs have been looking for? I think it might be.
This is it. This is right here. This is the tempo they've been looking for.
Rakiski steps in the box, the all-time hits leader for the Bulldogs. The Potomac State commit.
Come on.
What a time here. Let's put a ball in the gap one time for us, 5-0.
Here we go, Luke.
Murphy over at first base. He turns, going to shove bunt. He pushes it down the first base line, just foul.
Real nice attempt right there by Luke. Real nice attempt.
Almost bunted a little too good.
And it's so good in clutch. It doesn't matter, 3, 4, 5 hole. It doesn't matter where you're at in the lineup. If you're needed to lay down a bunt, you're laying down a bunt.
If you can't bunt, you can't play.
That's it.
I mean, that's just the way everybody talks about big numbers and big swings, but they don't always win you games. Small ball wins games. Ask the Indians right now. Swung on and fouled straight back for no balls, 2 strikes. To the senior, Rakiski. Murphy stands alone over at first base. Not really known as a base running threat, so I don't see him taking off unless it's a hit and run. Swung on, popped up, out of play.
Come on, Luke, line it out here.
Help us out for a reward there.
You know, Luke's got a really beautiful big swing. He really
does.
He really does. And
Yeah.
you just tame it down just a little bit. It just helps him a lot.
Luke's already had a couple home runs this year. Fastball finds itself in the right-handed batter's box. Left-hand batter's box, my fault. For ball number 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luke is settled into the box. He's seeing the ball well. Let's see if we can't see one off the barrel here into left center gap. I'm calling it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Popped up, back out of play. And finds itself victim to the screen monster. So we go,
Yeah.
He lives to see another pitch.
You know, that's a hard way to sit down as a batter. You know, a little pop-up like that, a little foul pop-up. He wants a good at bat here.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Murphy is over at first base. He's got a couple hits on the night. Already got 2 RBIs. Swung on and popped up again by Murphy. By Rakiski. He's seeing it well. Now let's look at the top half of the ball here.
Right.
Because he's seeing it well.
Right. You read my mind?
Yeah.
You read my mind? Yeah.
Don't adjust the swing, adjust the eyes.
That's right. Sight picture is everything.
Here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball stays outside. Good. No, whoa. That ball was.
Wow.
We're sitting right over top of the plate.
Well,
that curveball was nowhere.
Early innings, his curveball was breking around that.
Yeah.
That ball did not break
It
over.
didn't break down in there, but
No.
here we go. Nonetheless, umpire liked it.
Shoo.
So Rakiski strikes out looking. Malachi Kelly, the other senior, steps in the
There's a
box.
strike.
There's fastball right down the middle. Those are the pitches we got to jump on early and often. Don't get a guy like this ahead of you. Strike on the outside corner, a little change piece. Malachi falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Murphy's over at first base. Fastball up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Huge pitch right here.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on, drove hard to left field. Is that right at him? He runs back and catches a nice, easy over-the-shoulder catch. And that's going to leave Murphy at first base. And that's going to bring up one of our other seniors tonight. He's been in the spotlight all night, Mr. Sutton.
The shortstop, number 13, Caleb.
He's played a very efficient shortstop tonight. That's a place he's played a whole lot of baseball here when he's wore the green and yellow. Fastball just up for ball 1. So we've got back to 2 outs, runner at first. Murphy gives a little nod, so we'll see if maybe something's on here. The corner's trying to produce something. Swung on and missed. That's a big swing.
It was.
You know, he's a guy that weighs about $140, $150, but he is as strong as an ox, and he can put a ball in that parking lot. Swung on and missed.
Nice
Strike
pitch by the
2.
pitcher there. That was a real
Last
nice
game
pitch.
they played, Sutton homered. I think we had 4 guys homer. 4 different guys hit home runs last game.
Yeah, amazing.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to have one here. Swung on, ground ball up the middle, fielded by the pitcher. Little toss to first base.
Okay. Yeah, Caleb Sutton was hitting home runs in batting practice today. So, yeah.
And that's the third.
All right, so we go to the top half of the 6th. The game is starting to come down to the nitty-gritty, but the Bulldogs chip one away 6-3 going into the top of the 6th, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Bulldog Nation, and on the mound, new arm, a righty sophomore, Hunter Hayhurst.
Bulldogs now on the mound for Bulldogs, number 11.
And we see a little rotation here in the middle infield. We see Brody Brockman going back to shortstop. Tristan Swiger will find himself back at second base. And Sutton flips himself back out to left field. So, little change around. This is what makes the Bulldogs so tough. A lot of guys can play a lot of positions. Last game we did see against this matchup, we saw Hunter Hayhurst come into the game, pitch 4.1 innings, only gave up a few hits, and really was dominant against them. He did a great job. And remind yourself, our first pitcher tonight was a sophomore.
Right.
Tonight, or this guy here, sophomore.
Yeah.
If you think the Bulldogs are going to make a run this year because they're senior heavy, you haven't watched the first part of this game or last game or the LKC championships where they're winning these games on the back of a sophomore.
Yeah.
So another great arm from the Bulldogs from the side of Hunter Hayhurst.
Well, you know, we're expecting a certain type of maturity out of these boys. Even these younger guys,
Yeah.
you're expecting a certain type of maturity to play with these seniors that have that maturity. You know?
That's right. So
And
he finds
it's showing.
fastball outside for ball 1. Swung on and missed.
pitch.
Hunter's a kid that's going to throw with a lot of movement. He's got a great cutter. And if you put the gun on him, you're going to see this sophomore sitting right there at that 80 to 82.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, he's 6'2", 6'3". There's a lot left in his tank.
Oh, yeah, there's more coming.
Yep.
Yeah, there's definitely more coming. He's getting stronger. He's doubled in size from last year.
Oh, yeah.
He really has.
Yep.
He was really skinny. He's not skinny like he was last year. So
Good pitch
pitch.
there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Took a little bit off of that, filtered it in there for a strike. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Down the mound, just wide of the strike zone, brings up a full count. And at the plate is number 3, the 8-hole hitter, the first baseman, Hayden Jarrett for the Indians. Swung on, hit down the right field line. That's going to be out of play. So Mr. Hayden lives to see another day. Hunter's one of these young men. He's pitched in a couple big games for us. And usually when he goes on the mound, he's efficient for multiple innings. When he starts, there's been a couple games he's ran almost the complete distance of the game. So line drive into right field. Back goes Hall. Over the shoulder catch.
Good
for the
read.
first out. So great hit by Hunter there, or Hayden Jarrett, but an out recorded nonetheless by the right field senior, Caleb Hall. So 1 up, 1 down.
Real nice read by Caleb Hall there. Them line drives are hard to read when you're coming off the bat like that.
9-hole hitter, number 1, Deacon Moore, the center fielder, steps into the box. Fastball inside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Here's the delivery. Fastball outside, and we're not going to get that love. So 2 balls and no strikes. Umpire's been very consistent all night. I think the only thing that I would disagree with was the strikeout on Rakiski. That ball looked out. Swung on and missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. When you look at this guy on the Rapsodo and you see the movement in his fastball, he a lot of times doesn't have to come off speed to get a guy to miss because it's moving so much. So here we go. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Nubbed over to the third base side, going to go foul. And we see a full count. So here we go. Last batter was full count. Hunter won it. This batter full count. Let's hope Hunter wins it again. Defense down and ready. Gloves ready. We got to be hungry to come back in here and hit, Justin.
Yeah, we got to have some bats right now. We get out of this inning, no run scored. 1 run scored. I'll take that.
Little check swing. They say no, he did not. And that puts the walk by the 9-hole and going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Lane Kaufman. Last time he was up, got hit in the hip, so maybe he's a little gun shy.
I'd like to see Hunter's demeanor here.
Swung on foul ball for strike 1. That's a way to get ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike. We've talked all year about FPS. Being able to have that first pitch strike opens the toolbox as these pitchers progress through the batter. You don't want to handcuff yourself when you fall behind early, and then the batter can just sit on what he's looking for.
That's right.
So here we go. First pitch was a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Runner is over at first base, fastball low and away.
But it's also the same thing, but opposite when it comes to our batting.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing. They got to be aware the same way, but opposite batting, that you can't let that first pitch strike go all the time. When a pitcher's throwing strikes.
Yeah.
If he's in the zone, you can't.
Runner takes off. Maxwell fires to second, not in time. We do have a strike recorded, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. But the runner advances 90 feet, and now he's within striking distance of a good base hit here off the bat of the leadoff, Lane Kaufman. Brockman back over at shortstop. Swung on, hit into right field. That's going to be a 1-hopper. Hall fires in. We have runners on the corner. That might be one of only 1 or 2 base hits to the outfield today.
That we've seen. Yeah, I think so.
From the Indians. They have absolutely
hit the one up the center. The one up the center.
And I think it was a ground ball.
Yeah, it was a ground ball.
Yeah, that's the first ball in the air, maybe the second in the air to the outfield. They've beat us by executing against our errors.
Yeah, our errors. They're hitting the ball on the ground. You hit the ball hard on the ground, you're going to make plays happen. You're going to make things happen, especially.
Swung on, popped up. At the plate is number 12, Maddox Baylog, the third baseman tonight.
Hunter's getting up in the count. He's getting up in the count. Real good job, Hunter, if you watch this.
I would say I would not be shocked if this guy tries to get runners to move. He's executed small ball proficiently tonight. Runners are at first and third. Baylog at the plate, and there goes the runner from first, right on time, and no throw. Top of the 6th. The score is 6-3 in favor of the visiting Indians. We've got a 1-1 count with 1 out. Hunter Hayhurst on the mound. And Mr. Baylog at the plate. Fastball finds itself low for ball 2.
I feel like Hunter's just kind of trying to place the ball a little bit. He's wanting to throw strikes. He's wanting to make sure he don't throw any balls. That's where you go wrong.
Yeah.
You got to reach back. You just got to throw through the glove. You start worrying about spotting the ball. You start worrying, just throw strikes.
We've seen Hunter come in some positions. We've even seen him on some starts. Takes me back to South Harrison. He had a rocky inning, and then he came back and dominated the whole game. So he's definitely a guy that will bend, but usually no break. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, swung on, hit to the left side. Brockman air by the shortstop, and that's going to score 2. And now we got runners running everywhere. Out at second base if he held on to it. Nice job by Maxwell to record the out, but not before they pushed 2 runs across the board from the error of Brockelman. So here the score now, the score is 8-3. As we have nobody on, 2 outs. And number 5, the 3-hole hitter, Malachi Holtzman, steps into the box. Hunter delivers. Fastball outside for ball 1. That's the things that we've talked about. You go back through the scores tonight.
Yeah.
Most of these scores have all come on our miscues. And that's been the problem. It seems like if the Bulldogs make 1 error, you can bet they're going to make 5. It's one of those things where it's a snowball. When they are defensively solid, which is normal, man, they are just so tough. Nice pitch by Hunter as he goes no balls or 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball finds itself in there. So
get him off the plate a little.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Definitely need to see a recorded out right here and let these Bulldog bats come in and get heated up.
He's choked up on 2 strikes.
Oh, yeah. Fastball misses just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We are in the top of the 6th. The score is 8-3. But I will tell you, do not count these Bulldogs out yet.
No.
We've had some close innings to where they were breakaway innings. We just haven't done it yet. We got 2 more at-bats left. Off speed finds itself just inside of the zone for a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to number 5, Holtzman. And he's been the catcher tonight. Done a good job behind the plate for the Indians. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's going to do it for the Indians in the top of the 6th, but not before they push 2 runs across the board. And that brings the score at 8 for the Indians, 3 for the Bulldogs. And if you're Coach Nate, it's time to get rolling.
It's time.
We got
Right
2
here it
bats
is.
left. We got to find ourselves some runs. And how does that happen? By getting runners on base early.
Yep.
When we come back, we'll find out how the Bulldogs respond.
Bulldog Station in Doddridge County Sports is a winning combination. For all your pizzas, subs, and salads, call Bulldog Station at 304-666-1364. Open Monday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday and Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bulldog Station located at 323 West Main Street, West Union, West Virginia. Let's go Bulldogs!
Welcome back here. Now, I want to take a moment, look at the 3 keys to success. If we can throw those keys up there real quick, people say, well, where do you come up with those things? Well, first off, we said we got to start hot, and we didn't.
No.
Second thing is we got to pressure their defense, and we haven't.
Nope.
Third thing is big moment executions. We haven't.
Hasn't happened.
The 3 things that we needed were 0 for 3, But the good thing is the game is not over yet. We still got 2 innings of play, 2 at-bats left here for the Bulldogs. So time to throw those out the window and go after a little dogfight, little cage fight here, and claw your way back into this game, seeing good pitches and hitting good pitches.
Let's see how long six outs can last.
Yeah.
You know, with Stretchy's out, but, you know.
Here in the bottom of the sixth.
And so far, I mean, they've done a good job of handling this. You
Yep.
know? They've done a good job of securing the ball. Their defense has been pretty decent, and they're putting the ball in play on us.
Josh DeHaven at the plate. Fastball finds its way inside for strike 1. Swung on, hit sharply into right center. That might get up
That's
past.
a hit.
Nope, right fielder. Nice job
Way to
of filling
track.
the gap.
Way to track.
He was kind of in my pole. I couldn't see him going across. I was watching the center fielder. That ball just kept drifting back over to right field. So good job, good routes by both the outfielders. Right fielder, Mr. Chapman, runs that down in the gap for out number 1. And at the plate comes the catcher, number 9, Maxwell Nicholson, sophomore for the Bulldogs. Fastball in the outside corner for strike 1. Hit to the right fielder. Doesn't have to move much. Fly ball to right field. So we go nobody on, 2 outs. So we got to find our way to get some momentum going back. And here comes the leadoff hitter, number 2, Brody Brockelman. And we got to have this guy get us started. We need him on base. Brody's had a couple errors today, and this would be a great way to make up for him by putting a double in the gap. Fastball high and inside for ball 1. There's a line drive in the gap. Not going to be a double, but definitely going to be a single. Nice hit. He gets sniped going around first base. I hope you could see that because that's pretty funny. He goes around first base, and he does what you don't want to step on the middle of the bag.
Right.
And he stepped on the middle of the bag and got sniped and went rolling after first base.
It will roll you.
It will roll you. So here we go. Tristan Swiger steps into the box. He's had a couple good at-bats. He pitched well, but not the defense wasn't behind it tonight. So looking for some redemption at the plate. 8-3, 2 outs. Brody at first. Swung on and missed by Swiger. Bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs don't have a whole lot of outs to waste. There's a find that finds the gap. There you go, little single on the ground. So we got 2 base hits in a row, and that's going to bring up the 3-hole hitter, the senior, number 7, Caleb Hall, with runners at first and second. However, there are 2 outs.
Real good job, Tristan Swagger, taking that outside pitch opposite way. Real good job, Tristan.
You know, we've tried to all night muscle that pitch. You can't muscle an outside pitch very often in high school.
No.
Go with it, drive it to the opposite side, and be satisfied with a single. Great piece of hitting by Swiger. So here we go. Hall steps into the box. Been walked every time tonight. Swung on and pops it up to the infield. Second swing he's had tonight, and here we go. Bulldogs again can't find the way to try to push runs across the board. So we go to the last inning. Here we go, folks. Top of the 7. Score 8-3.
Check this out.
Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia, is a family-owned and operated business. We have a full showroom with displays of flooring ranging from luxury vinyl plank, tile, hardwood, carpet, sheet vinyl, carpet tiles, and more. We offer commercial and residential installation. Let's turn your home or business into something special. Call 304-869-3969. Financing is available. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia. Call 304-869-3969 or visit us on Facebook.
Welcome back. Top of the 7th. Bulldogs find themselves trailing 8-3. And when you're looking at a contest like this, Justin, late in the season, right before your regional matchups, this is where you kind of find out what your team like and what's it made of.
Well, you want to see the best pitching. You were saying that earlier. We don't want to see any mediocre pitching from this point forward. We want to see what we're going to see in the section, region, and state.
Yeah.
We want to see the best. And we're getting to see that tonight, but our defense has to perform behind our pitching.
Yep.
This is where we're dropping it right now. If you don't have defense, there's no – I don't care who your pitcher is. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, I can't say that, but, it's hard to produce wins whenever your defense is making errors like they are.
You take those errors, you got to remember those same guys making errors then have to go bat. And we've seen lack of production on the offensive side.
Yeah.
So, it's a two-headed monster there that you can easily let devour you when you take your at-bats to the field and or your fields to your at-bats. So here we find ourselves 3 balls, no strikes. Top of the 7th. We've thrown 2 sophomores tonight, but I will tell you, even though they're sophomores, they're 2 of the better pitchers that we have here on the staff for the Bulldogs. My wingman just got up and walked out of here as if something was on fire. I don't know what happened, but he gone. So we got 3 balls, 1 strike. Hayhurst finds his groove with a fastball down the middle. If you're watching out there, we appreciate you being with us this evening. It's definitely been in one of those games where it's been intense at times, and then sometimes you're like, where did we go? Where, we didn't show up. But it's always good to have you guys along with us. So full count, Hunter Hayhurst fires it. That's going to be a single in the gap. I'm going to say that is the hardest ball they've hit all night. Great piece of hitting there by number 8, and that was Mr. Nooney, the left fielder. And now at the plate comes number 9, Cooper Hall. We got a runner at first, nobody out.
That brings to the plate number 9, Cooper Hall.
Hunter Hayhurst, sophomore right-handed pitcher, has seen a lot of innings for the Bulldogs. He's a huge piece of success for us thus far. See how he responds after that. We've got a bunt down the first base. He fields it, throws it over to first base, and we record the out. So one of the very few executed bunt defenses of the night, which has caused some of these runs to be scored. And I will say Sissonville has done a great job of playing baseball tonight. Hats off to the coaching staff there for them because they have pushed runners into scoring position. They forced us to make plays. It's like they read our keys to success, and they executed it better than us. Fastball for strike 1 by Hayhurst. Runner is at second. There is 1 out. Swung on, hit to right field. Hall is under it. Nobody's going to attempt to run. If I remember right, down there at Sissonville, they did try to run on him. They hit one down the right field line. Runner tried to go from first to third, and he threw him out by about 10 feet. Now we throw the ball away, and we allow the runner to advance from second to third. Mentally, we have just really been asleep tonight, and people want to say, well, that was senior night. That's, this is what happened. No, you got to throw those excuses out the window. Senior night jitters are out the window after inning 1. So, Justin, welcome back. You took off out of here. I thought maybe someone was breaking into your car or something.
No, I had to handle something there real quick.
Okay, here we go. So, Hunter Hayhurst on the mound, 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. We were worried about you.
Well, I just wanted to see Hunter throw some more strikes. Closer up, I had a little better view down there.
When I was watching Hunter, he's kind of just flying open a little bit. He's not pushing the barrier. He's just not coming linear towards the plate, wanting to sling and kind of twist a little much. That's why he's left and right.
2 balls, no strikes. Fastball finds its corner. For strike 1, so 2 balls and 1 strike. There are 2 outs. Not really sure what happened to allow that runner to go from second to third. Could be a traveling carnival act. Not sure, but there was definitely some things going on there that Coach Nate wasn't happy about. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bulldogs, let's get this final strike done, and let's go rally some runs. Hayhurst, outside corner.
Ooh, nice pitch.
No dice. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Let's try it again. That was close.
It was. It was a nice pitch right there. It's a nice spot.
From the stretch. Gets a sign, delivers down the mound past the swinging bat of number 55, Chapman, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. And if you're a Bulldogs fan, wherever you're watching, get on your feet, put your rally caps on, whatever you got to do, rub the belly of whatever, and let's get ready for a 6-run inning. If we got it in us, we need to find it now, and we'll be right back.
Check this out.
Key Oil Company has been a proud member of the North Central West Virginia community since 1978. Key Oil Company has been drilling and producing gas and oil in West Virginia for nearly 50 years. Home office located in Weston, West Virginia. Key Oil Company is a proud supporter of all Doddridge County student athletes. Let's go Bulldogs.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom half of the 7th inning, and here we go. We got a tall order in front of us, 8-3 from the visiting Indians of Sissonville. They have been very good tonight. And I am not knocking Sissonville at all. They have played baseball tonight. You don't always win games because of doubles, triples, and home runs. They've won this game tonight because they've played baseball. Swung on and drove, but a great play by the shortstop, robbing a single from the bat of Dane Murphy. Amazing Excellent stuff. Job by Cooper Hall. What a play.
Good job.
He got up in the air, caught that ball because Dane smoked it.
Really good play.
We got 2 outs left to try to score 5 runs, and I will tell you that play right there was the play of the night by far.
Might have been.
By the Indian shortstop, Cooper. Fly ball to the right side. Does it get out of play? No, it doesn't. That's twice he's made that catch against the fence. Nice job by the right fielder. And here we go. Bulldogs have find themselves down 5 with 1 out left. Page over here having a coronary.
Not sure what's happening.
If there's an EMT in the building, please send them to the press box.
Don't say that over the air.
I'm totally joking.
Okay.
Number 8,
Malachi Kelly, our senior, steps into the box. Fastball inside for ball 1. You know, go back to the Sissonville play. They have just done everything right tonight. They haven't made mistakes, and when you don't make mistakes, you usually either win or you give yourself the chance to win.
Right.
So,
and the thing is we didn't play defense
Nope.
from the jump. You made an error on the first time they put the bat on the ball. It's been a sloppy game since.
Ever since.
Yeah.
Swung on, hit hard to third baseman. He gobbles it up, 55, fires it across, and that's going to be your ball game as Sissonville rolls into West Union and just steamrolls over the Doddridge County Bulldogs. Now, I'll tell you, as you can't take anything away from the Sissonville team, although I would love to see us play error-free baseball and see what happens, but we didn't tonight.
We got some machine gun IO coming up.
We got to get some things figured out. Folks, We'll be right back after these short messages, and we will even bring up Coach here later on, do a little interview, and see how he's going to shape this team up and get ready for regionals. We'll be right back.
All right.
Looking for automotive service you can trust? Turn to Rokiski Service Center in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Family owned and operated since 1924. We've proudly served generations of local drivers with dependable, honest automotive care. From routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, and tires, to lift kits, custom wheels, and off-road accessories, we help keep your vehicle ready for anything. Visit Rokiski Service Center at 798 West Pike Street or call 304-623-2836 today. That's Rokiski Service Center, 304-623-2836.
All right, we're going to finish out up here. Coach is going to spend a little more time out there talking with these young men, but we want to say thanks for being here tonight. Win, lose, or draw, we're always a Bulldog fan here in West Union. We're behind these guys all the way, excited to see where this takes them. We are going to see the Bulldogs. Let me pull up real quick what the week is going to look like now. And we go on Monday. We will play home here against Wahama, and it looks like Tuesday we will play Fairmont Senior, and that game will be here as well. So we got 2 more home games before we wrap it up in West Union, but I will say even with our regional play, we will see those teams filter into West Union and have to come here on the turf of the Bulldogs. So the good thing about tonight, they're going to be able to have practice on Friday, Saturday, and be back on the horse again Monday, Tuesday, and then they will await the rankings in the region to know who we play, when we play. I'm going to throw it out there. I think that we'll be a number 2 seed. I do see us kind of falling in that realm. And if that's the case, whether we're 2 or whether we're 3, in order to punch a ticket to Charleston, we're going to have to beat a Williamstown twice. But they're going to have to beat us twice. So we're going to see that matchup in this regional play to see who is the number 2 seed. So the way it works now, your 1 will play that 5 and 6 seed when they come in. That'll be up in their bracket. And then the 2 seed will play against, they got to beat the 2 and 3 seed. So your 4 and 5 will be up there in that top half. And so that, in my guess, I would venture to say that a Wheeling Central finishes out number 1. I do feel that Bulldogs finish out number 2. Williamstown in a number 3. I think a number 4 would go in the favor of Weir. That's kind of what I'm thinking maybe. And so in that case, we would have to beat a Williamstown twice in order to punch the ticket as a number 2 seed. And then what happens? Your number 2 seed would play your number 1 seed to see who won the region. Now, it used to be regional winners only went to the state championship. Now, it is the top 2. So if you beat a Williamstown twice in region, you punch yourself a ticket down to Charleston, and then you never know what happens down there. So it's going to be a long haul. There's a lot of ball games left, folks. There's a lot of playing to be done by these Bulldogs. This is not going to be a defining moment for, hey, did we make something? Did we not make anything? A non-regional contest, but this was a state lineup contest. This is the type of team that we're going to have to beat in Charleston. Sissonville, they're going to be there. They're going to have their opportunities to be in Charleston. So, Coach, great job to you for traveling down here. Your team played excellent. And Bulldogs, let's go to work. Let's get ready for the rest of the week. Get some practice in and be ready to go top of the order Monday against Wahama, Tuesday against Fairmont Senior. And that's going to do it for the regular season. Folks, appreciate you being here with me tonight alongside my co-pilot, Mr. Justin. And we will see you guys hopefully on Monday, same time, same place, hopefully with a little different outcome. Have a great evening.